have this daily bullish fair value gap right here. Definitely in a premium. Still. This would be in a discount. These highs would be in a premium. Then this implied range here. What's good, chat? What's good? What's good? What's good? How y'all doing this morning, chat? Get rid of that. Get rid of that. 2 minutes to the opening bell. Get rid of that there. Get rid of that there. Let me see what this daily is doing. This was Wednesday. I'm gonna get rid of that. That there, we can keep this up. Got this volume imbalance on ES. What's good, chat? What's good? What's good? This is actually better. Let me do this instead. Bruh. Give me 1 second, chat. There we go. Yo, how you been? How's the journey? You got your XFA payout yet? Nah, I haven't. I actually ended up, was I Red? Oh, I remember you, Red. What's good, bro? Actually, give me 1 second. We can talk about that. Give me 1 second. Okay, opening bell. We 1 minute into it. Give me 1 second. Let me mark this out. Why is it not popping up on my? Fuck it, it is what it is. Trading views glitched or something. I don't know. Took out the New York lunch low from yesterday. Here. We have this sell side here. Why haven't you got a mentor yet? Give me 1 second. Regular trading hours. We didn't really have a gap opening, but five minutes into the opening bell. Got this inefficiency here, price tapped into. Delivery from, go to the 1 minute. So we ran the buy side on E. 9:30 we did not. 9:05. 9:30 we did not. I know SMT come back inside the daily bullish for value gap. Why haven't you got a mentor yet? I don't feel like I need a mentor for the most part. I'm aware of like my mistakes and what I do wrong and shit like that. Not saying that I wouldn't still get one, you know what I mean? But as of right now, I'm pretty good. I don't think I need one. Just the process. Just gotta go through it. Stick to my plan. Huge SMT is looking like. We took out the New York lunch low here. We didn't take it out on ES. So we got a huge SMT now, unless ES is just behind. We will see though. Looking at this chat, I mean, we are inside a daily bullish fair value gap. We could tap into the CE once more and expand higher, but it's looking like we're setting up for some type of bearish price action. We got the order block here. Price respects it, as you can see. Can be trade lower. So I want to see what happens when we take out. I mean, we already took out the sell side here as well. The smooth lows that we're resting right here. What lows were those? The Asia lows. No. New York lunch. New York lunch lows. These were the New York AM lunch lows. Okay, so New York lunch low. We'll do that New York lunch low. Look at the daily real quick. Previous candle. It's there. Look like maybe an inside day, maybe. We'll see though how heavy price is. Consolidation, manipulate higher. We took out the buy. We took out these smooth highs right there as well. Yeah, those are pretty smooth. We also had this 15-minute CB here. Do this real quick. 8:30 opens at 9:02:25. Opens at midnight. We get any? Yeah, we did get some type movement. So I want to see what we do when we get to the, once we take out this low, continue to trade lower, or come into the CE of the gap, the daily bullish fair value gap. We do have liquidity here, here, and here. On ES. Use these lows instead there. Just do some, mark out some potential targets if they did want to do that there. $9.25. Oh, so we do got SMT here. 905, 925, 904, 925. Okay. Where's the range we're trading in? Guess from what you. Okay. Bro, what the hell? I mean, price is heavy this morning. $9.30. What the hell? First fair value gap is here. We have news at 10. Tentative. We got news at 10, which I'm okay with. Trading through. My bias is pretty neutral right now, given the fact that we are inside this daily bullish fair value gap. I would expect some higher prices out of here, but we used this gap numerous times yesterday. Here, we trade inside the CE. Then here, we stay in the upper portion. And then top of the morning at 6 a.m., we trade into the upper portion once more. So my bias is kind of neutral right now. If anything, I'm leaning more towards the bearish side of things, given the fact that we had this closure here, this order block, and we had this order block here, this up close candle. There should be an intermediate term high price and trade above this high. Since we rebalance this here, you see price trade up, we don't take the high, and we don't even come into the rejection block here on the 4 hour. We displace lower. So I'm leaning more towards the bearish side of things. So maybe like a TGIF, trade back 30% into the actual weekly range. This is from Monday's low. So Monday made the low of the week. Yeah, so yeah, I would expect lower prices from this area here. So I would have to see once we get into this area here. Keep that up. Get rid of that one in case they don't sweep this low. Yeah, price just seems kind of heavy though, not gonna lie. This is yesterday's, this was Thursday's. Took out yesterday's high of day. And yeah, so I can expect some type of retracement lower. So Wednesdays, hold on. Oh, we got the SMT on the higher time frame, the daily. Got this huge drop here from the first fair value gap. Institutional order flow entry drill there. So let's see if it continues to deliver towards the sell side. If anything, if we're in a discount now, because we're in discounted prices now, and we're inside the lower end of that daily bullish fair value gap there. I mean, I'll have to just wait and see. Seem pretty heavy, so. This is pretty nice. I think this was from Thursday. Oh, okay, yeah, that was from Thursday. So we have a lot of room to go, it's looking like. We're just expanding lower. We got news at 10. We're just expanding lower. Okay. Got this new week opening gap there. Yeah, it's a new week opening gap, but it's very small and anemic. Probably won't even do any. Probably won't even mean anything. We didn't even get back to the CE. How large was this? About 40 points, so not that big of a opening range gap. Hmm. I'm his mentor. Ha, that's good, bro. What's good, twin? What's good, Brody? See how this 4 hour candle closes. We're inside the macro right now, so give it a little time. Price would have trade lower, I would be looking at this new day opening gap. You got this low here as well. Let's see though. Look at what ES is doing. ES is still pushing lower. Yeah, I think ES could want to come take out these lows here. So NQ should continue to melt if that's the case. I like this model right here, but we'll wait to 10. I need you to hit so you can get both of us 2K so I can carry. You know I'm the best at 2K, bro. You know I'm like that, bro. Okay, we got this bullish fair gap here. Let's look at this one here. This is a good 30-second, but we are low into the range after taking liquidity, so could be a trap. But I'll have to wait and see. This run lower. If we get this, we got this run lower. Sell side. I like this here. We got the run lower. Got the inversion fair value gap. I like that right there. So we'll take it there. News in 5 minutes. Let's see if they continue to push this higher. Let's see. Inversion fair value gap, changing step delivery on a 30-second. We took out the sell side there. We are pretty heavy on price, but we are in a discount as well too. I mean, this could be a draw on ES, but let's see if we can get some type of moving back to the upside. So let's see. Oh, let me go on my other account as well. Where's my stop loss set on my? There, okay. Let's see, chat. 10 a.m. news. Yeah, I'm okay with trading through this here, but I don't know when Trump speaks. One thing I don't know. So hopefully we can get some expansion, given the fact that maybe I think everybody's chasing this going long, even though price could still go higher, but lower from here. But let's see. Now we have this order block here. Let's see if it's going to continue to push up from here. Stop loss is just below those lows there. I like how this 5 minute is looking. 5 minute looks pretty clean. We'll see how this 15-minute candle does. 5 minute looks pretty solid. NQ ES is looking like it wants to trade lower. But we also do have this as well too, so looking at that as well. Want to see them get some type of expansion from that level there. So let's see if this order block holds. We'll do this here. So we'll take the whole initial order block, this low here. We'll see. We'll target. If it's heavy, it's going to stay in the lower portion. If price is really heavy, it's going to stay in the lower portion for the most part, and then trade lower. But we'll have to wait and see how we react off this order block here. Looking at the midpoint of it is the main threshold of it is about right here. So news at 10 a.m. So let's see. I'm inside the macro as well. Looking at the daily, looking at this daily candle here. This daily bullish fair value gap. See if they want to run it higher once more from here. Like I said, bias is neutral. I like this setup right here. I like this running lower, taking out the sell side, inversion fair value gap, changing the state. We're in a discount. We took out the sell side already. We're below midnight in 8:30. I like that a lot. Oh snap! Oh, it filled me. It filled me. What? It filled me right there. Whoa, that's kind of bad, chat. That just made me. What? It is what it is. It don't even matter. It's an eval. What news was that? Premium consumer sentiment. It's still good though. Let's see. 20 a.m. Yeah. Bro, that's a crazy feel right there. They made me lose more than it did what it is. Fuck it. 10 a.m. So this run lower here, but I wouldn't. Nothing looks pretty clean there. We'll just wait. Yeah, it's a crazy feel though. I'm not gonna lie to you. Wow, this is great. That is lucky kind of crazy. All right. Looking for higher prices. They ran that low once more. Sheesh. Yeah, this was the move I was looking for, chat. Target at least one. Target a cool 1 to 2. Call it a day. So my entry was here. Yeah. 5-minute inefficiency. Damn, that was the move I was looking for though, chat. Not gonna lie. Straight back to the C of the gap. That's pretty decent as well. That would have been a good target. But they did just rebalance his inefficiency, so this could be manipulation to take price lower if NQ does want to, if ES does want to continue to have the sell side there. But we inside this gap, so we'll have to wait and see. But that was the move I was looking for the most part. Something like that. Long position was here. Stop loss there. 1 to 2 is right here. So it's cool though. How many points did this? Okay, so how many points did news? About 5 points. Unfortunate chat. Unfortunate. But it's good though. We'll see what happens here. Got the first fair value gap again. ES looks pretty clean as well, I would say. Dang, bro, look at this go. We'll see though. We'll see. Come back into the first fair value gap. Okay. I want to see how this 5 minute. I want to see how this 5 minute closes or what happens here. Go to the 30 second. 30 second, really nothing. I would aim for there. Just one candle did that. That's crazy. Why did it feel me when it took me out though? That's kind of like crazy. I took the long here, stop loss below that low there, and it filled me though. Made me lose like an extra 80. That's kind of bad. First fair value gap. Still think ES wants to. So the reason why I took this trade before news, because I was expecting, you know, I was expecting this run higher, but I was expecting expansion. I wasn't expecting this right here, but you know, it happened. So liquidated me then. Did what I was looking for. So it'd be like that sometimes, you know. Launching this first fair value gap here. See if it's going to provide a setup for me to take. Potentially. Lower, but So I guess I could have took a re-entry maybe here with this gap here. Stop loss below that low there. This becomes your breakaway gap. Entry here at this gap, fair value gap there in the 30-second, and target a low hanging fruit objective. This high here maybe, and like these are smooth highs to me as well. So may want to continue to push it up there, unless we get some displacement from here like that right there. Let's see what this is looking like. Looking at this gap here on the 15-second as well. Seeing if they would want to reclaim this run here, run out this buy side here. Let's see, this does look like BPR. We do got BPR here. I still think they want to. Still got to change and stay here, but rather not get trapped on we are near the equilibrium, so I'm okay with. I'll put my. Let me see something. Okay. I'm gonna actually. I would look at this as like a balanced price range. So I would be okay to put my stop loss here if something clear provided itself to me. Yeah, we'll try this out here. that's a ugly fill. That's such a ugly fill, bro. But it's okay. Cause this is near the equilibrium still of the range of the. I'm gonna apply it to this high. So, oh, this is a 15-minute inefficiency. I didn't even see that. Okay. Okay, we good though. Let's see. Where's the next high at? The next consequent encroachment is there. I don't like that feel. That was a low-key kind of ugly feel. I would have wanted to get it like a little bit there, but it's okay. We're near the equilibrium. So it should be good. To 15-minute equilibrium here. So let's see. That's a bad feel. That's a bad feel, I'm not gonna lie. Got this fair value gap here as well. Let's see if they inverse that or not, but I'll consider this a balanced price range here. You got this fair value gap, then you have this fair value gap here. So price shouldn't trade into that. And I would target these relatively equal highs here. These look pretty smooth. If I'm looking at them, like they're not too far off there. So got that high there and that high, and we have the 8:30. I mean midnight open and 8:30 open in here. So let's see if that'll be enough. I'm gonna have to start doing market order closures or something because it filled me crazy right there. See if we can get a push higher up into this area here. If not, then we just call it a day. We got that changing to stay on the 15-second, but we got this here as well. So see what the 30-second looks like. 30-second, we got that fair value gap. So let's see if we get some displacement below this low. I mean below here. If not, then I was just wrong on the day. First fair value gap in play. Guess I have to just wait and be patient, wait on the sales. That's what it's looking like. That's what it's looking like, chat. We'll wait and see though. We did inverse that 1 minute. We tapped that 1 minute once again. So that may be enough to take price lower, yep. And on the 15-second, we did have that change to stay on the 15-second. So I probably was just wrong on the day. I don't like how they filled me like that last time, bro. That was so unfortunate, bro. So unfortunate. So unfortunate, chat. I mean, the setup looks good in the 5 minutes straight, but like, we got this. Whoa, that's a balanced price range. So we got this balanced price range right here. Only thing I don't like is that we're inside this 15-minute inefficiency here. That's the only thing I do not like there, because we can easily fall lower from there. ES looks like it wants to come lower again. So that's the only thing I don't like about this. I don't like about it. But we'll see. I don't like closing my trades and taking new ones, but it's just kind of showing me that it wants to trade lower a little bit, maybe. Let's see if this balanced price range holds though. Like I said, we already did the work down here. We're already trading inside a discount. So let's see if they want to continue to price this higher. Let's see. But like I said, the only thing I don't like is this 15-minute inefficiency. Could easily drop it lower from here. Easily. Easily. And we also came into this 1 hour order block. Damn, bro. Looking like a short. Not gonna lie. Looking like a short. Yeah, it's looking like a short, chat. I'm actually gonna let me think. Yeah, I'll probably kill this position. Let me see what 30-second looks like. 30-second. Yeah, I'll probably kill this position here. Once we get a retracement, then I'll take a short. I think the shorts are in. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, I think the shorts are in. We got this run higher. We got these lows here. We got this low here. I like this short better, not gonna lie. If I get it wrong, then it is what it is. But I think the shorts are in. I'm not gonna lie. Shorts may be the move. This is the eval, by the way, so we're good, chat. If I was just wrong and I was just wrong, then I'll call it a day. You feel me? But this looks clean. This looks too clean. We got the run higher there. Got the run higher. Trade back below the first area gap. We got to change in to stay here. I'm short on ES. Yeah, I took the long, but the shorts just look way cleaner in my opinion. I usually don't do that, but they just look too clean for me to sit there and just not engage. But I'm okay with being wrong on this. ES looks like it wants to melt. We have this change in step delivery on ES as well. Looks like it wants to trade lower. So we'll see. I would want to see them stay in the lower portion of this first fair value gap. So you can wick it, but I want to see them close it below the first fair value gap. And if we get some displacement below there, I can add more. Minimize this drawdown because that was a crazy fill they did on me. Crazy fill. The 15 seconds looking like. Okay. Let's see, chat. If I was wrong, I was just wrong. I don't like that closure there. So I think, I don't know. It's just this price action is a little funky. So we'll just take it. 15-second look clean. We got that run higher. I don't want to see some displacement below here. We got to get some displacement on the 15-second. Or even on the... I like that there. I like that right there. I like that. Let me see if we can start trading lower. If that's true. Because this run took out that high. Comes your order block. Add one more there. Hope we get some movement lower. Hope we don't. Yeah, I would hope we get some movement lower. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. And then also, if we can close below this, I'll add one more so I can pyramid a little bit more, and maybe take away some of this drawdown, accumulate it. Short position there. So once we close, I'll look to add one more. Target that low there. This is the data low basically. So I want to see a closure like that. Pull back. Got the CE there. Got the breaker. That's low-key kind of crazy. We trade inside that 5-minute BPR. Yeah, that was some displacement out of this area here, not gonna lie. Either way, my stop would have got hit if I were taking a long. That's why the best long was down here. Let's see though, bro. Let's see if this first rally up can hold up. Yeah, I don't like that move up either. I don't like that either, but it's just high resistance right now. We gotta get some displacement below these consecutive up close candles. If not, then trade is cooked and we'll be in drawdown. Yes, it looks like it has room to come to the downside, so that's what we'll stick with. We're definitely still in a premium on ES, so we could at least come, if we were to trade lower from a premium to a discount, looking at this low and then the C of the daily bullish fair value gap, if that were to happen. But we got the 1 hour order block, looks pretty nice, looks pretty neat. So see if this rejection block holds on a 5-minute. Yeah, I don't like that displacement right there, but it is what it is though. Got this inversion still holding up, so let's see. We gotta get some displacement lower. So when this candle closes here, when this 15-minute candle closes, I want to see them keep it like around this area, because this would make this an intermediate term high since we came inside this gap. If they want to take this lower, so I don't want to see them trade this. It can, but I don't want to see them trade it higher for the most part. I like that there. This run took out these highs here. So we got some displacement. I want to add more to this, but given the fact that I am on an eval, so we'll see. Expecting this to be inversion. Just high resistance, so I'll just take this for now. 30-second order block is right here. My marker's at. The open of it is here. We just came a little short. Maybe tapped it a little bit. I will trim off my stop a little bit, but they could easily just wick it and then take it lower as well if they want to take it lower. I like that displacement right there. See what the 15 seconds looking like. Looks pretty neat on the 15 second. We'll add one more right there. So we added at this gap, this fair value gap here. So we got, you see this here, anticipating this as inversion on the 15 second. Got the order block as well. So I'm expecting to deliver it lower if we're gonna continue to trade lower. From this 15-minute bullish, 15-minute bearish fair value gap. Also, like I said, got the 1 hour order block in play as well. As you can see here, got the 4 hour. So everything is looking bullish, everything bearish for the most part. Everything showing me bearish, a bearish sentiment kind of. Only thing is just we're inside this daily bullish fair value gap. So add one more there. So I don't know how long this will take, but we'll have to just wait and see. Like I said, I believe this is the draw on ES, and then we have yesterday's data low. I think they could bring it there as well. I don't think they would leave this just sitting there over the weekend. So let's see, chat. Let's see. See what the 2 minutes looking like, 3 minute, 4 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute. I'm gonna move my stop, shave off a little bit, that low, that high right there. I like that. Minimize, take away some risk. I like how we traded below this series of up close candles right here. This series of up close candles, this becomes your breaker. I like that as well, or your order block, depending on how you look at it. Consecutive up close candles, I classify that as an order block, so I like that. We're inside this 5 minute here, so 22 minutes inside. Once we get to the CE, if we do get to the CE of this, I may go break even, or I may just see where I'm at and just call it a day. Cause I did mitigate, I did get some drawdown on the account today. So, my fault on that. Got an SMT looking like, but I think the draw's still lower, so stick it through. or once we get to the CE, what I will do instead of putting it to break even, look at the 2 minute. Yeah, instead of putting it to break even, I may move it under above the first fair value gap. I think that would be a good stop loss. I'll have to wait and see. Price is definitely in high resistance right now, so gotta just give it some time, I guess. Stayed in the upper portion of this 5 minute gap here, so see if they want to do it. Let me see. I got the CE of it. I like that there. Hopefully we can use the CE, the daily bullish fair value gap CE as resistance and continue to take it lower. So we traded back above it, we trade below it here. So I want to see some displacement with this candle, or with the next candle, below these consecutive up close candles here. So I want to see some resistance around this area. This is pretty tough, I'm not gonna lie to you, chat. Given the fact that this does not look clean at all. The cleanest move was this run here. We did get the closure below on ES. Here, just run higher. I like that. So let's see. Expecting some displacement here now. One time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, 7 times. We traded inside this gap so far. 1 time, 3 times on the 5 minute. So we're already, yeah, let's see. Phone on 5%, that's pretty good. If you're new to the stream, make sure you leave a like, make sure you sub. We're in high resistance conditions right now, so I'll see how I'm looking if we get to the CE. But we gotta just wait it through. So 5 minutes left into this 15 minute candle closes. If this 15-minute candle can close around this area here, then I'll move my stop loss above this rejection block here on the 15-minute. If not, we'll just allow it to stop, get hit, and just call it a day. Yeah, this doesn't look clean. On a 15-second, this for sure doesn't look clean. Wow, that does not look good. Got some smooth highs right there they may want to take. Yeah. Stop loss for sure. Yeah. 5-minute order block right there as well. Got to get some displacement below this run lower, because this run here took out the highs here, so we have to get some displacement here. We can't respect this for the most part. We can, but like with the next weekend, we got to get some displacement or some type of move lower past these lows in order for this trade to be good. So that's okay, but not what I was looking for. Not what I was looking for, chat. So let's see if we can get a move lower. That's pretty nice. If this wasn't high resistance, I would add once it traded back into it, but I'm good. I'm not gonna do that. I'll just chill because it's high resistance, so they can just take it higher. One to one would be here. I'd be okay with that, given the fact that it's just high resistance. We're gonna trim off my stop, put it above the first fair value gap. I like that there, because if it hits my stop loss, that means it's most likely gonna trade higher. And I was wrong, so I like that right there. Rejection block is cool, but first fair value gap, we already did enough work inside this inefficiency here, I felt, in my opinion. So we'll see. Yep. Just the waiting game, chat. Just the waiting game. High resistance for sure. High resistance. Looking at this on the 1 minute as well. That doesn't seem too bad. Macro comes in 7 minutes. I would expect them, if we're still hanging around this area, if we still around this area when the macro comes, like around here, then this is my final TP here, right there on ES. This is on ES. I'm expecting this low. On ES, I'm really expecting this low. But we're around this area. I want to see how this closes. If this closes below, then I can classify this as inversion. So we got to get a closure below that gap. We didn't get the closure I was looking for, but it's pretty neat. It's pretty decent, I guess. It's not bad. Stops break even wouldn't seem bad because we got the CE. We got the CE of the daily bullish fair value gap, but since we're in high resistance, you know, I can expect like a wick. So I don't want to move it to break even just yet. see us get heavy here. I like that closure. That's a pretty decent close right there. Let's see if we can get some more displacement through this 5-minute inefficiency. I would want to see them keep it in the lower portion. I mean, they could do whatever, but that's what I would want to see. Also got this 5-minute rejection block right there as well. Prefer for that to stay open. Or at least institutional order flow entry drill inside of it. Okay, we did mitigate all that drawdown we accumulated, which was crazy. So I want to see how heavy we can get. I want to hold towards here, at least towards here if we can get there. So I'll give it a little time. One minute until this closes. That would be nice if we can get some more expansion from that area. Because I could expect a retracement if we close. I could expect some type of retracement if this becomes inversion, which I kind of don't want to be part of, but we'll be all right. So let's see if we can stay heavy here. High resistance, so gotta give it a chance. At least to the rejection block here is fine for me. Testing the lower quadrant, the lower end of it. So I want to see us stay in the lower portion. You'll preferably not trade into it. This gap here, would want to see us leave that open. 30-second series of up close candles, it becomes your order block, so it should send price lower. Yo, do you trade funded? Nah, this is an eval right now. I don't have any funded accounts right now. Looking at this here, we could wake that. Price never traded above the order block high yet. On the 30-second at least. It only becomes your order block because you trade below with displacement here, right? So we would have another one in play if we do get some displacement below that. Macros in play, so macro, the liquidity is here. The liquidity, we got the volume imbalance, that's where the liquidity is resting. Here, got the data low, so this should send price lower. We should go lower if the macro is gonna hunt, the liquidity. Got a lot of things on our side, so let's see if it plays through. Started trading a long time ago or no? Yeah, I started trading around like 2022 or something like that. 2021, 2022. I started taking it serious just last year though. Like every day. So I was just like on and off back in the day. Not really like taking it serious. I was just gambling. I was trading obviously, but I was just pressing the button. I didn't even know what a buy stop was or fair value gap was. I was just trading just to trade, like for the fun of it, I like that closure there. So let's see if we can get heavy with the macro. Expecting some type, maybe in like the later portion of it. So at 10, at 11, let's see if we can get some type of, it'll be a new 1 hour candle. Look how we mitigated all of that. That's crazy. So let's see. I don't want us to hang around this area for too long. I really don't. I want us to start going with our move. We didn't close. We got a minute left, so waiting for a closure of this 5-minute inefficiency. If we start trading back into the range, and I'm good. I'm gonna hold to the rejection block. I at least want to see it get there. The macro is not doing what it's supposed to do. I mean, yeah, for the most part at least. Be 4 minutes into it. Guess I gotta give it a little bit of time. Yeah, I've been trading for a minute though. Like I said, I started taking it serious last year. I was still trading forex though. I started trading futures in December of like November or December, I believe, or something like that. So with the macro, I'm expecting to run lower, this low, and then possibly this low may be a stretch. I believe we could personally get here, We also have this low here. Can't forget about that. But this may be a stretch given the fact that it's taken, a decent amount of time. So we'll see. We ran out those lows. If we get some displacement above this, I'm out the trade, and then I'll come back another time. I don't want to see displacement past this here, past this run lower. We got this five. Oh, okay. So we do have the inversion. We got this 5-minute inefficiency there. So I'm okay with that. Actually, never mind. Yeah, forex price action is low key unreadable. Yep, in my opinion, I don't. It's just not clean and clear. I don't like it. I don't like it. I feel like if I was trading futures back then too, as well. Not back then, but if I would have started trading futures a little sooner, all these concepts, everything I was learning from ICT would have made a lot of sense, because forex was just like a lot of high resistance. So when it's high resistance, everything that's aligning right now, everything that's playing out right now, even though it's high resistance, is not as precise. But with forex, it was never precise for the most part. Never precise, bro. It was annoying, and I did not like it. We've been inside this 1 minute gap for quite some time. Usually if I'm expecting a reaction out of, this here. So we can get rid of that. I'll just make this inversion for you guys. So I'm looking at this here as well. If we're going to expand higher from a gap like this, I'm not expecting us to be inside this gap for too long. So once you see gaps traveling, once you see gaps, being slow, they holding price inside, shit like this. If you're expecting to run higher, you can anticipate it as an inversion, because look how long we've been inside of it, just sitting there. So I want to hold for this low here. So I'm just going based off what ES does. So I'll watch ES. Yeah, we're in the macro, so we got the displacement, so we should continue to trade lower. If you're new to the stream, make sure you leave a like, make sure you subscribe. My goal is 750 subs. Once we reach that, and then that'll be nice. You feel me? So I'm anticipating this as inversion. Like I said before, this here. So I'll get rid of this 5-minute. They were to trade it higher, I want to see them keep it in the upper. They can wick the upper portion of it because it's high resistance. We got all this here. But I would want to see them stay in the lower portion. And given the fact that we had this order block right here as well. So and like I said, I believe the draw is lower. Got this low here and this low here. So Let's see, 15 minutes looking pretty decent. Nine minutes into the macros over with. So let's see if we can get some good delivery from there. From then. Watching this gap in this order block here. This is a break. Well, I'm gonna classify. Yeah, this is a breaker. We did have a shallow run, as you can see. As you can see with this candle here, we did have a shallow run, so that's a breaker as well. That's a breaker. Low, high, lower, low. Got this 5 gap. Got this order block. So this should. You got a pretty decent amount of 3PD arrays. Should send this lower. Continue to send this lower. If not, then we just call it a day. But I want to hold to the rejection block at least, or until, you know, we got the smooth lows here as well. Pretty smooth there and there. So testing the lower portion of it. As you can see, we stand in the lower portion of this gap right there, because this becomes an inversion. So let's see if this can hold and continue to send us lower, or if it wants to price higher. Come on, macro. Come on, macro. Do your thing, bro. Deliver. Do something. Don't just sit there and do something. Do something. Like I said, I could expect a retracement after rebalance, after turning this to an inversion. This gap here, I don't have it marked, but on the 5 minute from this high to low, can expect a little retracement. So got the smooth lows there. Those seem pretty smooth. Yeah, those seem pretty smooth. Staying in the lower portion of the gap still respecting that order block, as you can see. So small little tiny volume imbalance inside there. Not worth it marking out though, I guess. It's ES making this move. Yeah, ES just took out those smooth lows. The smooth low that was just recently generated. So We didn't run anything out here. This run lower did not take out anything, so we just gotta wait. Looking at the volume imbalance here, this volume imbalance, small little tiny volume imbalance should send us lower. So let's see if I can mark that out for you guys. If you guys can see that small little tiny gap, that should send us lower. We didn't even tap into it. Even better. These look pretty equal to me. Not too far off. Not too far off, I guess. So we did tap into that volume imbalance. Like I said, I would want to see us send that. That should send us lower, but it's high resistance, like I said. So where's my? There you go. Fair value gap number 2. Okay. 5 minutes left. 2 minutes left inside this 5-minute gap. 7 minutes left inside that gap as well. See some expansion here soon. Got the consolidation here. Then we get the expansion, consolidation. So I'm expecting some type of expansion here soon. Smooth lows right there. Put in the smooth lows there, so pretty decent. Should I was gonna say we should get some speed here soon, but not looking to. Got this small little tiny inefficiency right there as well. So got the smooth lows here, so want to see us stay in the lower portion of this gap. I want to see us stay. I don't want to see us close in the upper portion. I could take the liquidity like we just did there, and then head for the smooth lows. You know, run on buy stops. We got the sell stops resting here, kind of like a trap. Hmm. I'm gonna close if we. I'm gonna close this if we close in the upper portion of it. Call it a day. I'm good. I don't want to sit here through this. Still respecting that order block. So let's see if we can get some movement down. I would take partials and stops and profit chilling. Yeah, that's good to hear, bro. I would take profits but I mean I would take a partial, but I'm really trying to, like I said, this is an eval, but I'm not gonna let myself, in it like that though. So just gotta give it a minute until it shows me otherwise why it doesn't wanna why it doesn't wanna trade lower. Order block still in play. This order block right here still in play. We still got the inversion fair value gap. Got the smooth lows here. What is ES doing? ES is just gotta just give it a minute, I guess. Macro did nothing for us. I mean, it gave us this here, this small little protraction lower, but it did nothing for us. So I want to see if they can reclaim this as bearish. So it's inversion as of right now, but I want to see if they can reclaim this small little tiny gap as a bearish fair value gap. Really don't like that closure right there. I don't like that wick. Testing me for sure testing me. 5-minute candle close in 30 seconds. Oh yeah. We didn't close. Even though we most likely are going to close, but I want to see a closure, then I'll close it. Come on, ES. Come on, ES. Do something. Trade lower. Inversion fair value gap here. Trade lower. This becomes inversion. We close below it here with this candle, so this becomes inversion. We shouldn't be. We can, but like we need to just start doing what they do. We got this 15-minute here, so I might just wait. I might wait it out. We got this 15-minute inefficiency here. So they could want to take price. That could take price lower. We stab into it. It's better if we don't stab into it, but we can stab into it. So let me do this instead. And then send us lower. You just have a bunch of liquidity. This low here, like if I go to the lower time frame, you'll see it. This low here, we got the equal lows here. I'll wait for that 15 minute. I'll wait and see what it does. We did close above. Like I said, I would have closed the entry here, but I want to see if this 15 minute can give us another push lower. We got these lows intact right here. It's super smooth. I still believe the draw is lower on ES. Maybe a failed. It might be a failed swing low attempt. Oh, my phone just died. I don't like that at all though, but we'll just try to stick it through, I guess. We inside that 5 minute as well. This 15 minute, where's this 15 minute at? This in a premium or a discount? Oh, we're in a discount now. Damn, we're in a discount, bro. This was in a discount. Anything here was solid. This is in a discount, so this may not even give us anything. I didn't even know that. I didn't even look. I didn't even zoom out. That's my bad. Wow, bro, that's crazy. That's ridiculous, bro. That's ridiculous. 11.18. I should have just took it here. We good though. We held it all the way through now, so fuck it. Dang, dude. I don't like retracements, bro. I don't like sitting through stuff like this, bro. I try to be patient though. Try to give it a chance, you know. But how do I pull up my chat? Gonna make me sign in? Oh no, I'm good. Damn, I had to sit through all of this for them not to take out the equal lows. Damn. That's low-key kind of bad ball, bro. That's low-key kind of not good. Yeah. Damn, dude. I hate retracements, bro. That's why I like to just get mine, to get out the way. But I want to be a little patient and hold to the rejection block at least. Wow. Wow. That's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy, bro. Yeah. Damn. My phone died. I'd be back, bro. This could do whatever it do. It's an eval, so we good. I was trying to be patient, chat, hold to the rejection block at least. That was my target. But as you can see, that did not work out. So I think I'll have to accommodate to this because I don't really like closing entries. I mean, I don't really like doing this, but it is what it is, bro. Hopefully we can get some pull back. Like I said, the lows are still resting right here, so I may have to just wait. Oh, just look at this low here. We got the liquidity resting here. The smooth low is there. It just looks too clean, bro. It looks too clean. I can't see the chat right now. Give me 1 second. We'll get rid of that there. We got that small little tiny 5-minute gap right there. Let me get rid of this and then do this instead. Would want to see if they could inverse that there on the 5-minute. See if we can inverse that. Liquidity just sitting there, just resting there, bro. Prefer this to stay open. Come on, ES, do something. Trade lower. Like I said, the rejection block is here. Do some more displacement. We got the inversion fair value gap, just like that. So I'm looking for a price to stay in the lower portion. You can wick the upper portion, like I talked about with this one. But I'm looking for it to stay in the lower portion. Let's see if this we can anticipate. Nope. Nope. Bro, what is this price action, bro? We're gonna really trade higher from this breaker? That's crazy work. Crazy work, chat. I like how like when this 5 minute candle open, we did trade higher, mitigated some of this here. I like that as it's open. So the remaining time of this 5 minute candle, I would like to see if we could start, heading to the downside. ES moving horrible. Yeah, bro. It's just obviously the draw is still lower because if it wasn't, it would have never came back for the most part. But that's a 5 minute rejection block right there, bro. You know what? $11.27. At least target the equal lows, bro. This looks too clean for it not to target the equal lows. 5 minute inversion. Got the opposing liquidity just resting there. Resting. So this looks too clean on ES. If they don't take this out, that would be kind of crazy for me. Like how we stand in the lower portion of this here as well. This gap right here, we stand in the lower portion. If I would have split this into quadrants, we stand in the lower portion, so I like that. I like how we traded below this candle here. With this candle, I like that. And I like how this candle stayed in the lower portion, waking the consequent encroachment. I like that as well. So I just want to get a decent size, bro. I took a crazy loss yesterday. I'll show you guys here after I get done with this trade, but I took a crazy loss. I was extremely confident. I had some size on it as well. And 4 minutes later, it had hit my stop loss, and 4 minutes later, it rushed to my TP. I'm like, bro, like, it was a good trade, so I wasn't mad at it. I'm only mad if I take bad trades and shit like that. So the equal lows I'm good with. I'm not gonna lie to you, chat. Equal lows I'm okay with, bro. I'm okay with that. New 5 minute candle just opened. We testing that inversion once more. Dude. Hopefully we don't trade back inside that 15 minute gap, bro. This is helping my patience. That's why I'm still in it. equal lows. So this here on the 15 second, this is a swing low. Got this here and this candle there. So just more reasons for me to give this a shot. This had a 5 minute gap, and I think we're gonna I don't think we trade lower from that gap. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I just can't sit there and just. I don't think so, but I could be wrong. This looks like it's just gonna drop though. Like we 2 minutes inside this gap here, we had the 2 minutes inside this 15 minute candle, we opened bullish. We opened up bullish, so that can be like some form of manipulation maybe, and then we take a lower. But it's just this price action, man. If I wasn't trading evals, I would not have even came to the market today. But it's some good experience, so that's good. Definitely some good experience. This is being used as inversion, but I want to see them reclaim this as bearish. I really don't want them to bring it back inside this 15 minute gap, bro. This is that PA that's stressful, bro. This is the PA you don't want to be trading in, bro. Yeah, like I said, I don't think they was going to inverse this on the 5 minute. So they may head for my. Yeah. Only thing that's given left is this here on ES, that we stay in the lower portion of this gap here. Rebalance this. So this high, since we rebalanced this here, this should be an intermediate term high, meaning we got to put in another high first. Another candle first for me to classify this as a swing high, because this candle could easily just come and trade higher. But this puts in a swing high, I can classify this as an intermediate term high here, and then we can most likely probably trade lower. Give it a few more minutes, I guess. It's 11:35, so. Look at this. Look at this. Look at these gaps. Look at these fair value gaps. Look how they're being used. Just like seek and destroy type vibes, bro. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean, bro. But I'm trying to stay on. I'm trying to stay strong for the live, bro. Cause I want to close it, but like I said, I do want some size, and these I do want to get some size. Like I took a crazy loss, and then yesterday I took an unfortunate loss. I guess it's just August PA. So, but I know exactly what you mean, twin. That's how trading is, bro. That's how trading is, twin. We trade inside this gap a lot, bro. So this is high resistance. When you see price doing this is high resistance. Yes, look like it's gonna make his move. Okay, now this is inversion as well. That's inversion. Let's see if we can get an immediate rebalance and then the wick this gap and then continue to trade lower. It's better if we don't even trade into it, but let's see. I'm taking profits here, dude. Not gonna lie to you. Come on. Anybody who's buying this, I'm taking you out. I'm coming to take you out, bro. Not gonna lie to you. Anybody who got stop losses resting right there, I'm grabbing those. Come on. Do what you do, NQ. Dang, look at that wig. Look at those wigs, though, bro. Look at those wigs. Look at those wigs, bro. Freaking volume imbalance. I seen this too, bro. But I was just hoping we can just trade through that, bro. This is funny though. You know what I mean? Like this is a little funny, not gonna lie. But it's some good experience though, bro. Like this lets me know that these type conditions, bro, lets me know I don't want to be in. You know, I don't want to be trading these for that long though. You know what I mean? But I do have an objective, and I do believe we can get there. So, like I said, the equal lows, I'm good with that, bro. I'm perfectly okay with the equal lows. We'll target the data low, but hey, not with this PA. Not even saying it's ass, but like, you know, mental mental capacity is just like Did we hit it? Yep. I'm out, bro. I'm out. We start the day down, draw down 300, and we made it all back. And let's see if we get and then we hit the rejection block. Let's see if we would have hit my final TP. So, whew, I ain't gonna lie, chat. I do smoke gas. I'm gonna go lift after this, bro. I'm gonna go smoke and go to the gym, bro, because this was like, I gotta relieve some of that tension off, bro. No cap, chat. I gotta relieve some of this tension off. Overall W trade though, you know what I mean? Like, y'all see me stick it through. Even though I wanted to close and I was just like, damn, dude. But I did say, hey, 15-minute. I don't want to see them I don't like seeing through retracements. I just don't like it. You know what I mean? I'd rather just take mines and call it a day. And final TP would have got smashed. So, just like that, this was the low I was targeting here and possibly a little bit lower. But this was the overall my target there, and this is my target on NQ, so we hit that. So um, today was all right, I guess. I did take a major patience through the trade. Yeah, bro, I appreciate that a lot. I did take 3 trades, but I closed one early because I knew, like, okay, nah, it didn't feel right. You know what I mean? It didn't feel right. ICT talks about if it doesn't feel right, bro, then once you get that feeling, that means you need to act on that because 9 times out of 10, well, not 9 times out of 10, but majority of the time, you most likely are right, especially if you know what you're doing when you're trading, when you know what you're looking for. You know what I mean? So I usually don't do that. I usually don't close a trade and hop in a trade, but this just looked too like clean for me not to take it. You know what I mean? I took the long here. I was looking for this move here, targeting like a 1 to 2 or something like that, or maybe I was going to target the first fair value gap. You know, um, bias is neutral, but I took the long here. 10 a.m. news just took me out. Like it took me out instantly, and it made me go into like it made me lose more than I would have wanted to. You feel me? So then I took a trade here based on, you know, this being a balanced price range. But given the fact that you see this here, 0.5 equilibrium, my entry was above that and I was buying. So I'm buying in a premium, which is okay sometimes, but I don't do that. I don't like that because most of the time I lose my trades like that and it doesn't play out. You know what I mean? But I closed that entry there. So my entry is at the CE of the daily bullish fair value gap for the most part. I closed that entry there. Once I seen me put in the swing high, got the inversion fair value gap, changing the state. It was just too clean. This is the A plus model right here. Even though we're below the midnight and 8:30 open, but this is still A plus. I'll give this like A plus is if we're below this. If we're below this and I'm trying to sell it, that's A plus, but I'll give this like an A setup, you know. And we have the fresh fair value gap as confluence as well, so you know. I got a haircut appointment tonight. I gotta cut hair at 6. So will I have time for that? I should, but overall it was a pretty okay trade. This is probably the longest trade I held throughout the whole year so far. I think this was about an hour, pretty much. I don't want to sit here and count all these candles up, but this is about an hour. So like I said, I do believe ES can come to this low here. I do believe ES can come to this low. But since I guess I could have like I ain't gonna say should have. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna say should have, but I could have. Given the fact that we did rebalance into this 15-minute inefficiency here, we traded lower. We had a change. We had another change in the state here, inversion fair value gap. I just didn't, like bro said in the chat, mental capital was drained. Mine was a little like I'm sitting here like on edge a little bit, like bruh. Once I start feeling that way, I think for me it's best to just call it a day. You know what I mean? But given the fact, like I said, we did rebalance inside this gap here, and so taking out these lows right here, I could expect, the rejection block, then I could expect that low. So definitely could in the future maybe hold a little longer. Maybe, you know what I mean? Or maybe like I'm on an eval, bro. So I'm not really trying to take partials. Like I'll take partials on the funded account, but taking partials on the eval, it could low key mess you up depending on how you look at it. You know what I mean? I'd rather just allow like break even, stop loss, or TP. Partials on a eval is kind of like not it in my opinion. But we ended the week pretty solid. I'll show you guys the trade I took yesterday. This was a crazy trade I took yesterday too, chat. crazy trade. I ended the day even deeper, but right. So I ended the day off negative 432. Right. I'm pretty sure you guys see me take the longs here, low scalp, to mitigate some drawdown from here. But the move I wanted to see, it still happened. It just happened after rebalancing inside this higher time frame inefficiency. So that's something, I would journal and look over the weekend and get better at waiting for those type signatures. But I took this in the PM session. I took this trade in the PM session off a 15-minute, based on the 15-minute CB. So I did take the long at first. I did take a long, right? I took a long here. I was looking on like the 15-second or 30-second. I took a long, and price did. Wait, did I take a long or short? Let me go back to this. Yeah, okay. I took I took the long here, and then I got stopped here. Yeah, I took the long here, then I got stopped here, then I went short here. I was going short inside this run lower here, and I was targeting those smooth lows and then this low here. And then as you see, price just, and I had some size on this because I was confident in this trade. I was extremely confident. We tapped into the new day opening gap, buy side liquidity swept. We're inside a higher time frame inefficiency. You got liquidity building up, generated right here. You got the smooth lows right there. You got this low here from 230. Everything just seemed like it was going to trade lower. I'm like, this is pretty nice. Like, this is a good setup. Took me right out. Priced higher once more, another run higher. Changing step delivery here. Order block, trade back into that order block. New day opening gap, acting as resistance as well. Then we 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, 4 minutes. 4 minutes. For me to sit through this, for my target to get hit in 4 minutes, I was like, damn, bro. It be like that sometimes, It really do be like that. You feel me? Just gotta get better. So I got a journal. I ain't gonna lie, I haven't journaled none this week. So I'm gonna take my time and get that shit taken care of. But overall, solid day, bro. Solid day. We recovered. We were down 300 at one point, chat. I know y'all remember that. Nice trade. Appreciate you, bro. I appreciate that a lot. Appreciate you for stopping through and watching me, trade for the most part. But we're down about 300. Like the way you journal your setup. Need to set me up a Notion. Yeah, I have a free template too. I paid for it. As well, but I give it out for free. I could care less. I'll give it to you guys for free if you guys want it. Just you would have to send me your email. If you send me your email, I can send you this template, and then you can design it how you want it. But gotta like this and stuff like that. So overall, pretty solid. Pretty solid week. One loss on the week here. So that's pretty solid, bro. I'm looking at my data. I was looking at my data from last night. So this is when I really started to get good at trading. Everything started to really, really make sense. Like the stuff I was calling out here, I would want to see, it's high resistance, so obviously it's not as precise, but during the moment I was looking at this gap, I would want to say it, I was saying I want to see it stay in the lower portion, and it was doing so. But around this time here, I was really getting good at trading. I had my funded accounts, I had my live accounts, and it felt like I was high off life, not gonna lie. And then I lost my funded account in April, the last few days of April. Then I got my funded accounts. I got them right back again. But at that point, I was getting my funded account. I was getting funded, so I was getting funded in 2 days. I had three, 4 funded accounts, maybe 5 at one point. You know what I mean? But I was funded in May again, and I lost those accounts. And I feel like when I was passing those accounts though, I was passing those accounts and shit like that. I kind of picked up the habit of all right, I'm just trying to pass. I'm not trying to hold my TP for long. I talked about this yesterday. If I'm trading, I'm not really trying to catch this whole entire move for the most part. If I'm trying to pass an eval, I'm just trying to catch a little portion of it. Maybe like this. So maybe I would have took an entry here and targeted that, and I would have hammered in a few contracts and targeted like the 1500 mark or whatever the threshold was, and I would do that in like 2 days. But as I continued to do that, I feel like I kind of started to pick up some bad habits and shit like that, and I was kind of rushing it now because I kept trying to just get funded, pass it in 2 days, and try to pass it in one day and stuff like that, and it was just messing me up. And for like 3 months, it was just mess. I was just rushing it, bro. I was rushing it. I was these 3 months right here. So the end of this month affected my psychology for this amount of time right here. That's how serious trading is. You know what I mean? All these right here, even when I was 5 for 7, I still ended this month off profitable. You know what I mean? Amazing months right here. Amazing month right here. Then this is the month where I was rushing it. I was over trading. I was trading days that I shouldn't be trading, bro. Then June, I took 4 trades. I was like, oh no, I'm done, because I knew like I was psychologically wise, like psychology wise, I was like not there, bro. And then I came back in July, tried to ease back into it, and then here's August, and look how many trades I took in August so far. So far I took 6 trades. Well, I had 6 winning days. I'll say that. I mean 6 days total. Put it like that. But and like I said, I don't count. I think this day was a winning day, but I kind of like what did I do on this day? I'll just show you. Let me see. Okay, yeah, I over traded. I feel like I took too many trades, so I traded the pre New York session. I got edged super bad, so then I traded the opening range, which I usually don't do. Took a few losses, so I took like 4 trades that day. Yeah, like 4 trades or 5 trades, and I did catch a good setup, but I didn't. I over traded, so I don't count that as a win. Even though I ended the day green, and it was caught a pretty decent move lower, but I don't count that as a winning day. You know what I mean? I just look at it as all right, but this is a learning lesson. So yeah, bro. But if you're trying to rush it, bro, I know I got a homeboy too. Like he went from making 5,000, 10,000. He was already funded and did all that as well. And psychology is a big thing, bro. Psychology is a big thing, and the only way you get that, only way you grasp that momentum and hold on to that that mental capacity of doing the right things and acting on good habits, if you just don't overtrade, don't oversize. But once you start doing so, this how it happens, bro. Say you take a trade and you lose your trade, you'll lose that trade, and you might have over risked on that trade. You know what I mean? You might have over risked, you might lose, and then you're gonna try to get it back, and then you're gonna lose again, and you're gonna keep going, bro. And that's usually how it happens, bro. And this 3 months, just a cycle of just trying to pass fundeds, not taking good setups like this setup was here today. Just taking anything, just trying to aim for less than a 1-to-1. You know what I mean? So it's important. The reason why I'm showing this is because it's important. One or 2 days can set you back. It can set you back, bro. I lost all my profit. I could have had a withdrawal and everything. You know what I mean? I lost all my profits in my fundeds in my live account. And no, what I did was I withdrew the money from my live account. So I had took a few losses. I was down pretty bad, and I was like, you know what? Let me just take this out and just chill. You know what I mean? And I'm glad I kind of did, because I would have blew that as well. You know what I mean? But it's not about the money. I guess it's about trading as a whole. But for the next 3 months, I was just kind of I couldn't catch a winning trade, and when I did catch a winning trade, it didn't even feel good, bro. Because it just didn't even feel good, bro. Because I don't know, but that's why it's important, bro, to do the right thing, bro. Take 2 trades max, 3 trades max, depending on your skill level and how you read price. But yeah, bro, One bad week can affect your psychology for months and months and months if you let it, if you don't bounce back. Now I know how to bounce back. Like I had to go through this to know how, okay, bet once I do, once I am funded 100K, 200K, maybe a million, if I'm copy trading, a lot of accounts and shit like that. Now I know how to like handle it better. You know what I mean? Not saying that I'm not gonna make mistakes in the future. You know what I mean? Because this is self mastery right here, self discovery. I'm always gonna make mistakes, but it depends on how I act on those mistakes. You feel me? So 1 week I was doing good. Everything was solid, bro. 1 month, 2 month, 3 month, 4 months, 4 months of straight consistent profitability. Then the next 3 months, just bad ball, cuz. Yeah, when I was first starting, it was a point I took a 6 month bridge to build capital. And yeah, bro, trading will make you do that because you can't rush trading. You cannot rush it. If you have, let's say you already didn't like made like $1 million over 500K from trading, and you may lose your eval or your funded account, then that's a little different because you have some cushion, so you can just probably like reinvest, buy more accounts, try to pass them, soon, real quick, and shit like that. But if you don't, bro, and you trying to just rush it, and everything was cool, bro. I'm trying to tell you, everything was cool, chat. Everything was cool. I was just upflow. I take a day, I take a loss. At that point, I was like taking one loss, two losses a day, and call it a day, bro. I didn't even care because I knew the next day I was gonna make it back, literally. Like I knew every day I could wake up, I had the confidence to know that I'm gonna find my setup. You feel me? Then I lost all my profits. I lost all those accounts in that one week on that. I think it was like Thursday or Friday. I lost all the accounts, and it messed up my psychology for quite some time, bro. So the only way to break cycles like that is if you have to slow down. You gotta slow down, bro. You can't rush it. You can't rush it. You guys think I don't want to add size to moves like this? I've been funded. I done already been to that stage. I have the certificate and everything. I've been funded numerous times. You feel me? So I know, but like, it's not worth it if your if your mental capacity is at risk. You know what I mean? It's not worth it. And this was high resistance. So imagine if I would have said, fuck it. I'm gonna add 15, 20 contracts and we're gonna get this passed today. Because I can pass this in one day. I have the Apex code under some type, I forgot what they said, but I'm able to pass this in one day if I really, wanted to do that. You know what I mean? I'm able to pass it in one day. Yo, any trades today? Yeah, I took a few trades. So this was the trade I took here, as you can see. Took profits around there. This was my initial target right there, but given the fact that we went through all this, I just took profits at the equal lows. But nice trade. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate that a lot. But like I was saying, Herbert, bro. Yeah, bro. You already know. Then you have to take a 6 month break. You already know. Like you already know how it is, bro. So like, here, let me show you guys my stats for the. So this was the month of July. This was last month. Barely any trades, but when I did take a trade, it just was not good. Let's see. Oh, okay. So I took this trade. How did I still have this day as a red day? How is it still red if I had a winning trade? Oh, I didn't. And I didn't even want to trade, bro. I didn't even want to journal my trades. I was just so like, bro. I was just so out of it mentally, bro. I didn't even. So I was catching banger trades. Now that I look at it, but it's just like, I don't know what was happening. This is a pretty solid trade I took. So I don't know what was happening, bro. I just knew that psychologically wise, bro. I don't think I was there. I don't know. Then I gave it, How did I end this day red? I don't understand. What did I do? Uh, it is in the past, so I'm not really thinking about these losses, but I'll go back to in June, didn't take any trades. See, in June, NQ. Oh, this is when I was training with Top Step. Just the overall not a good trade, bro. Not a good trade. Just not a good trade. There's no change in the step delivery. I took a trade off this mitigation block, proportion block here. This is your order block right here. The run higher that took out the buy side with the imbalance. That's your order block. These three consecutive up close candles, that's your order block. We trade lower. We trade lower below the mitigation block. But yeah, that's not a trade. As you guys can see, I only take trades when we trade below, when we have a change in the step delivery. So do you risk heavy on evals? I used to risk heavy, like extremely heavy. But and it works out too. It just depends on where you are at mentally. It just depends on you. But I don't do that anymore for the most part. Once I get 100K funded, and then I'll get back in that mode of like, okay, now I can add some heavy risk to it, try to pass it in a day or two. But if you're not funded, and you're working on trying to get funded, you gotta take your time, bro. And we in August too. Think about this, chat. Like all these prop firms in August, they have all these huge discounts because the PA in August isn't the best. Not saying this is ass. Like if you know what you're doing, you're gonna be able to navigate through it. But like, look what happened to me yesterday. Look what happened to me yesterday. Look at this. You know what I mean? So you can expect price action to be like this. Not saying this is ass, because obviously if I would have waited, obviously I probably would have caught this move lower. Then we're inside the 350, 410 macro. You feel me? But all these prop firms, they're giving out all these discounts because they know traders are going to try to rush. They're going to try to rush it, and they're going to just keep making money off of them. You know what I mean? And we're trading their all-time highs, and you know, the month of August isn't a good month for the most part. If you go back through your trading, if you look back at your trading view and you market replay, and you go back towards August of last year and you back test that, you'll see what I'm talking about. Not saying you can't find moves, but like, you know, just the precision of them, the precision of, yeah, true, these platforms make you want to lose. Yeah, facts. I definitely agree. They make you. You know what I mean? It's not set up for you to win. That's why you have to have a real edge. You have to know what you're actually kind of like doing in the market. And when you try to rush it, that's when everything is gonna. I just showed y'all, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I keep it 100 on my channel. I just showed y'all, bro, what you don't do, what it looks like when you don't follow your rules, what it looks like when you try to rush the process. If I would have just stood back, okay, so let's say this month, let's say the month of May, okay, I lost my funded account toward the end of, April, the last day of April, I believe, or something like that. The month of May, let's say I had a bad month, okay, bam, my psychology's still a little messed up, but I didn't even shake back in June or July. I never shook back because I was still in the thought process. I still had the mindset like, all right, I'm about to get funded. I'm about to buy this funded and try to pass it in a day or two. And the prop firm, they're giving out 1 day passes, so I'm just, blowing these accounts. And obviously I could keep buying more, but each loss is like a punch to my mental capacity, bro. It's like, it's draining me, bro. And that's what trading will do to you, bro. Unless you got some cushion, bro. Unless you got like you sitting on a meal ticket, 500K plus, 700K plus a meal. You've been doing this for 8+ years and already been funded. You probably mentoring kids and students, shit like that probably won't affect you. But like I said, I just started taking trading serious last year. I've been knowing about trading for quite some time, but I just started taking it serious last year, bro. You know what I mean? Last year. So I've been in the trading space for around 3-4 years. And 2024 was my first year of like actually like, all right, let me lock in, let me look at this every single day, let me study, let me back test. Because all you need is 3 months, bro. Even ICT says all you need is 3 months of like learning, back testing, and you'll get it. You know what I mean? For the most part, you'll get it, but you got to be committed to it. So, overall, solid day though, bro. Like I said, in the future, definitely gonna wait on to news. Some news I'm okay with, but I haven't took a trade through news in quite some time. So there probably was like my sign, like, hey, chill, bro, chill. You don't want to be egotistic about it. confidence is cool, but egotistic, that's a different thing. You know what I mean? So overall, solid day, bro. We bounced back. We end the day in green. We got some size back on the accounts. Um, Next week, what is it looking like? Next week looking good. We got news on Monday, so I'll be in the markets on Monday. Usually I don't trade no news Mondays, but I got home. That's pretty nice. So I get to look at the markets on Monday, Tuesday, no trade Wednesday. Won't even waste my time unless it's pre-New York. Thursday, Friday. So market looking pretty decent next week. It is looking pretty decent. So, and this may have been the top, bro. Like this May right here, this high may have just been the top. Maybe. Have a good day. Catch you later. I see you, bro. Appreciate you for stopping through. Finally, news Monday. Yeah, facts. So we'll see what it's like, bro. I'm gonna be light Monday though. Going a little light. Not gonna start off heavy. Top of the week. Cause I usually don't trade Mondays anymore. Like when I was trading these days, I believe I was trading Monday as well, bro. But throughout this streak here, I didn't even look at the market on Monday unless it was NFP on Friday. I was so dialed in and locked in. But I'm getting back in that mode though. Day by day, you feel me? Day by day. Just gotta do the right thing. See, when you don't rush the process, this is what it looks like. So from the month of August, right? This month of August, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or even the 31st if you want to count that. But best to just take your time. You know what I mean? Who cares about the rebuild? But yeah, chat, I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream. It was nice talking to y'all, kicking it with y'all, bro. I appreciate y'all for stopping through. I'll see you guys sometime next week, man. Appreciate y'all.